I'm Rachel Mims, and I'm a student veteran at Florida State University. I was a Patriot missile launcher operator maintainer, so I drove and operated the vehicle that pulled Patriot missiles. It's a very large missile. It's about 2,000 pounds, and we fire them to shoot down other missiles that would be aimed at large population areas or at our own troops. My job in the military was very physically demanding, and on top of that, I was a committed runner doing half marathons and other races, and it just came to the point where it was too much for my body to handle, and my leg just stopped working essentially. They cut muscle that runs down the front of my leg over my hip, and that made it really difficult for me to lift my leg and even walk in the beginning. I had to use crutches for a long time and then a cane. Now I can walk, but it's hard for me to walk longer distances or do high impact activities. It's definitely hard for me to lift my leg to climb things. So all of that made it really impossible for me to do all the things that were required in the Army. I am getting my master's degree in art therapy, and Florida State has a great art therapy program. When I was recovering from surgery, it was a really difficult time for me. I was physically unable to move. I was very isolated from a lot of people, and then emotionally it was hard to deal with as well. So I turned to art to help me process those feelings. And that made me think if I can be helped by art, then other veterans can be helped by art as well. And so that made me decide I wanted to use art therapy with veterans. I was supposed to start school in the fall of 2011, but the Army had not finished my medical discharge paperwork. And so I had to call the school and ask them, please let me just come next year. And I mean, they did, no problem at all. I mean, they told me, here, fill out this piece of paper and you're automatically admitted. And I was so thankful that at least that one thing was taken care of. And while I didn't have any control over the other parts of my life, at least I could know that I could go to school the next year. They really care about us. And so, when you see them and they ask you, how have you been? How are classes going? They really want to know. They really care about you. And I know if I have any problems, I can go to them and I can say, this is what's going on. And they'll tell me how to fix it, or they'll make the phone calls and do what they can to get it fixed.